Good morning, all the students. Once again, I welcome all of you for the third lecture of kinematics of machinery. In the previous two lectures, what we all learn? We all learn about mechanism and machine. For mechanism, we have started from kinematic link. It is a single part. Then type of kinematic links, constraint motion. Then kinematic pair means combination of two links. Then kinematic chain, combination of kinematic pairs. And the motion is completely or successfully constrained. So mechanism means what? In a kinematic chain, one of the link is fixed. It is called as mechanism. And mechanism, it is a part of machine. Also last time I discussed about the structure. It is a lock chain. So today we will see the new topic, that is inversion of mechanism. So we know that what do you mean by mechanism? Mechanism means when one of the links is fixed in a kinematic chain, it's called as mechanism. So we can obtain as mechanism as number of links in a kinematic chain by fixing in turn different links. What is the meaning of this? If any mechanism which consists of 4 links, so we can obtain 4 number of mechanisms by fixing the link. Link number 1 is fixed, we will get one type of mechanism. Link number 2 is fixed, we will get another type of mechanism. Link number 3 is fixed, we will get another type of mechanism. In this way, or similarly link 4 is fixed, we will get different mechanism. So the process of or method of obtaining different mechanism by fixing different link in that kinematic chain is known as inversion of mechanism. Okay, so in that inversion of mechanism, the relative motion between various links is not changed in any manner. Okay, but the process of inversion means their motion with respect to fixed may be changed. Means what happens? We know that connecting rod having a rotary motion, piston having a reciprocating motion, okay, inside that cylinder. But when connecting rod is fixed, okay, what happens? Then here connecting rod is going to be fixed, then that cylinder which is having some oscillatory motion, different motion, okay, and piston having only a sliding motion inside this case. Okay, so relative motion between various links is not changed, but their motion with respect to fixed may be changed. Okay, so next point is what? Types of kinematic chain. So there are 3 types of kinematic chain here we are going to study, which consist of only lower pairs. Lower pair means what? That is surface or area of contact, means sliding pair or and turning pairs. So 4-bar chain, single slider crank chain and double slider crank chain, these are the types of kinematic chain. So first we will see 4-bar chain. So 4-bar chain means the simplest and basic kinematic chain. It consists of 4 links. Okay, now here we can see in this figure, that is link number 1, 2, 3, 4. So all these links at the joints A, B, C, D, which forms turning pairs. Turning pairs which comes under lower pairs. So link number 1 which is fixed, that's why it is called as frame. Link number 2 which can make complete revolution, it rotates fully through 360 degrees with respect to other link, so it is called as crank. Then this motion is transmitted to the last link, that is 4, which is called as lever, and the link number 3 which transmitted the motion from link number 2 to link number 4, input to output, it is called as coupler. Okay, we can see the animated figure here. Black one is fixed, then green one, it is called as crank, link number 2, and yellow it is called as lever or rocker, it is as an oscillatory motion. I mean this mechanism which is used to convert rotary motion into oscillatory motion. Okay, so this is the 4-bar chain which consists of 4 links and it forms 4 turning pairs. Next point is what? Grashoff's law for 4-bar chain. So what is the Grashoff's law? It is applicable to 4-bar mechanism. Now here the 4-bar chain consists of 4 links. We know that this thing, in which the link AB, it is the shortest link having length S, link BC, it is the longest link having length S, link CD and AD, these are the other 2 links having length P and Q. So we can see here, link AB shortest link, link BC longest link, CD and AD other 2 links having length P and Q. Okay, in this figure we can see shortest link, this one, that is a green one, longest link blue one, yellow one, it is the remaining one link P, and red one, it is the remaining other link Q. So what is the law? Greshoff's law states that for a planar 4-bar mechanism, the sum of length of shortest and longest links the sum of lengths of shortest and longest link should not be greater than the sum of the remaining 2 links length if there is to be continuous relative motion between the links. Means S plus L is greater than or equal to P plus Q. Sum of the length of shortest and longest link should not be greater than, okay, that summation of length of other 2 links. If S plus L is greater than P plus Q, or S plus L is less than or equal to P plus Q, then one of the link which can rotate through 360 degree. But if S plus L is greater than P plus Q, then no one link can make complete revolution. Okay. So next point is, see the inversions of 4-bar chain. We know that inversions of 4-bar chain means what? The process or method of obtaining different mechanism by fixing different links. So in this case, link number 1 is fixed. The case 1 is S plus L is greater than P plus Q. So link number Q is fixed. Okay, and condition is S plus is less than P plus Q. So one of the link makes complete revolution. So link number 2 makes complete revolution. So this rotary motion is transmitted to link number 4, which is having oscillatory motion. Okay. So this is the first inversion. You can see its animated figure. Then this mechanism is called as crank and rocker mechanism, because link number 2 is called as crank and link number 4 having oscillatory motion, which is called as rocker. Then case 2, S plus L is less than P plus Q. Okay. So what happens here? In this case, smallest link, which becomes the fixed link, and link P, it acts as a coupler. Okay. So now here what happens? These 2 links Q and L, which makes complete revolution in different planes. So this is called as drag link mechanism. We can see here S plus L is greater than P plus Q means one of the link can make complete revolution. So here, by fixing smallest link, 2 links can fully rotate in different planes. We can see the animated figure. Here these 2 links makes complete revolution. So this is called as drag link mechanism. It is used in steering gear mechanism. Okay. Or also it is called as double crank mechanism. Then third is what? S plus L is equal to P plus Q. Okay. Now here what happens? Longest link is going to be fixed. Okay. And other link which act as a connecting rod or coupler. So now here what happens? That is, this link number 3 and link number 1 means shortest link. Okay. Oh sorry, longest link and link Q, it is having same length, and shortest link S and link P having same length. Okay. So here this mechanism is called as double crank mechanism, because here link 2 having rotary motion, and this rotary motion is transmitted to the link number 4. Okay. So this is called as double crank mechanism. So application or example of this is, that is a old locomotive engines, old railway engines. So here we can see animated figure. Here these are the 2 wheels having a rotary motion. Okay. So it is a double crank mechanism. It is also known as parallel crank 4-bar linkage mechanism or coupling rod of locomotive, old railway engines. Now the last is that is inversion number 4. Here S plus L is greater than P plus Q, means what happens here? No one link can make the complete revolution. Okay, so here we can see that is link number 2 and link number 4. Here the smallest link act as a connecting rod, and link number 2 and link number 4 act as a rocker, means which is having a oscillatory motion. That's why it is called as a double crank mechanism. We can see here its animated figure. Okay, here link having red color and blue color, which act as a rocker, oscillatory motion. Okay, then that black color link is fixed. Okay, and smallest link which act as a connecting rod. So these are the 4 inversions of double crank, 4 bar chain mechanism. Okay, so next time we will see the single slider crank chain and its inversions. Thank you very much.